Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. HerbnRodg Podcast. It's not Tuesday. The title doesn't say anything about college football. What is going on with our world? Raj, what is going on with our world? How are you doing tonight, sir?
Herb, I'm doing fantastically splendid on this beautiful, I was about to say Tuesday evening. I was so in the hype of regular.
Did you not even listen to the intro? Jeez.
I don't really listen to you like 90% of the time anyway, so it's not a surprise. But I'm doing splendid on this beautiful Monday evening. Thank you for asking.
Yes. Well, I tune you out 91% of the time. So, as older brothers tend to do. Special episode tonight, talking NFL with two of our favorite people. Let's just get into it. So let's bring on the first person. Rodg may be surprised, or maybe you probably won't be surprised. He's buying another yacht this year.
Not surprised.
This one is just going into the backyard, though, because of how big his backyard is.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
What's up, Kat? We see you over there.
Kat.
Rodg, he was personally involved, for better or for worse, in the drafting of Jalen Milroe. So you take that for how it will.
We appreciate him
later.
We appreciate him for that.
Yeah. And if Washington happens to make the national championship game this year, he will be on the sideline calling plays in the game. So, welcome to the stage, Bo Crouch. How are you doing today, sir?
Calling plays. I don't know about all that, but the yacht's definitely happening.
Is it all about picking the size at this point, or is it just?
Unless when the feet start in 3 digits, you're good to go. How's it going, guys?
We are good.
Good, how are you?
We're good. Like we said, one of our favorites. Obviously, heavy college football, but man, we love talking some NFL. Plus, you guys educate us every time, so smarter than all of us. She's now in the top 4 running for Mom of the Year. So congrats to her on that. I probably shouldn't say this on air, but she has a secret plan to overthrow Jerry Jones and take over the Cowboys. Yeah.
Okay.
Not so secret, I guess, since I know about it, but there you go. And for better or for worse, she has been assigned as George Pickens' therapist for the.
Oh my God! She's gonna be busy this year,
right?
So, Sarah, how are you doing?
Quite the intro. Everything might be dethroned because Jerry Jones' crew might show up at my house tomorrow and try and send me international for my plans. But no, thank you. Happy to be here. And yeah, another football season. It's always exciting coming on here and knowing that's ahead of us.
Appreciate it. Let's say hello to a couple people and then we're going to jump right into it. What's up, Zach? Does Zach give us 2 different ones? Oh, okay. Happy National Banana Split Day. Zach always keeps it up to date on whatever day it is. So we appreciate you. Jay Bake, it's nice to know that you forgot one person, but we definitely appreciate it. He says, the lady, sorry, no problem. Jay Bake. We love you, sir. Kat is a Saints fan, so I almost included a Saints part of it, but I knew she didn't really want to hear it, so we appreciate you, Saints.
Yeah.
Coach, I appreciate you, Kat. Coach Chris, what's up? Georgia fan in the house. We're already scheduling some crossovers with Chris, so great guy to watch, great breakdowns.
X's and O's, yes.
None of your business. Is this Kyle? One of Kyle's names?
No. That's Wen.
That's your guy. Okay. Duh. I was like, all I knew is somebody who I should know, but they keep changing their name. And see, I'm too old to keep up with everybody's names. So, what's up, Brian? How are we doing, sir? And hope you're looking. Well, I know you're looking forward to the season. Don't know where to find Brian yet these days, so we'll have to see that. Please like and subscribe. We just hit 500. We delayed it a day because we had some people that we actually know. Once we hit 500, unsubscribe just to give us a scare and subscribe. So we actually got to 502 now. So yeah, they actually did that live while I was on air with them, telling them we got 500. So, love those guys. All right, let's get right into it. We talked about this off air. It seems like every show we still start with Sara. It's because her owner loves the most, attention. We're sorry for that. But what's going on with Jerry Jones these days?
No.
Yes.
The soap opera begins. Yeah. So as always, been another eventful offseason for the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's only fair that we always come on here and start talking about them like every other sports media show. And that's the way they want to have it. So I'm sure you guys saw, or maybe not. I mean, can't help but see at this point the Micah Parsons contract disputes, latest drama after the last preseason game of the year, where honestly, like I was a little bit team Micah leading up to this far, but his antics into this preseason game, coming in, eating nachos, laying down on the bench, not wearing team issued gear, pretending he was not sleeping. He was pretending to sleep on like one of the training benches during the game. Just immature, like the immaturity level there. I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is me getting bitter over it, but I feel like he's a really good player. So this is not going to stop anyone from wanting to take him, but you have to have like a little bit of like concern in the back of your mind. I feel like of a character issue, taking someone like that. Again, his playing skills outweigh that, but I don't know. I feel like that is not great for your reputation, like going forward. So it's not looking so great. Honestly, leading into this weekend, I was very much feeling that it was going to get done. And I thought it was going to be just like the Dak Prescott signing, like Jerry Jones waits, huge moment, even maybe right before the season starts and they get the deal done. But it's getting ugly now. So I honestly don't know what to think. So far, Jerry Jones has been a lot of drama, but he's kind of always gotten it done. And now I'm just like, I think he's too senile at this point. He actually has the plan in place. Like he always is like, there's a plan. But now I'm beginning to think there is no plan. And like,
right.
Or maybe he thinks his plan is going to work and he's just being stubborn. And Micah's very stubborn. And we're just like perfect hedge of like two bulls meeting when no one's going to give at this point. So I can't give that honest prediction. I have as outsiders, I don't know if you guys have any input because I feel like I'm biased, but I want him to be signed, obviously, but
right.
But done.
Yeah, it's funny because they seem like they're getting further away from actually getting a deal done.
Yeah,
right.
So it makes you wonder, is he – I don't think he's the kind of player that would actually sit out like during the season. So it almost seems like he might play this one, and then they'll probably do like a conditional franchise tag on him next year where if another team gives him money, they get 2 1s, right? And then, or he takes their money. But even if they pay him at this point, I think the relationship has gotten so bad that it still wouldn't be good. Like he could be the highest paid guy ever, and I think he'd still have distaste for the team. I mean, at this point, they should probably just trade the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point of no return, like you said, in terms of relationship wise. It's at some point, things are said that you just can't go back from, or actions, I guess, from there. And I feel like we're heading that direction. And it's crazy because leading into this, he went into this saying he was happy to take a team friendly deal. He wanted to be a Cowboy. He wanted to stay there. And he really, to his credit, handled this well from the beginning. And then it just went totally sour. And now it just seems like both sides are just, no one wants to give in. Ultimately at this point, I won't be happy unless we come out of this with definitely 2 first-round draft picks. Second, right. I don't even know. I have to still think about this, but minimum 2 first-round draft picks and then some from there. And even so, though, it's a risk. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how these first-round draft picks are going to pan out. We know what Micah Parsons is, at least right now and for the next couple of years. I kind of would like to stick with what we know, rather than take that risk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Raj. You want to?
That's what I was going to say too. I mean, to this point, it's become like basically comedic at this point, just watching the whole scenario play out. But Bo touched on something that I wanted to say though. Like even if a deal, let's just say hypothetically speaking, a deal gets signed this week, whatever the number is, this scenario right here in this whole incident is just still going to be stuck in Parsons' mind. Like the fact that he even had to go through this. So let's just say he goes out, has a Pro Bowl season, and then the next contract comes up whenever it comes up. He's still going to be thinking about this scenario, and his foot might have one foot out the door, kind of like Tyreek Hill in Miami. He's there, but he's not there.
You just wanted to throw in some Tyreek stuff. We're going to get to him.
That's where I think Mike is right now. I think he wants to be a Cowboy. Yeah. He wants to play with the Cowboys, but he feels disrespected to a certain extent that a deal hasn't been done. But I'm still under the belief and the understanding that a deal will get done this week. Obviously, I don't have Micah Parsons' phone number. I don't know that. I'm just taking a shot in the dark. I think they'll do something this week. I think this week something's going to happen. But if it doesn't, then, what can you say after that?
Do you think they go the route that Trey Hendrickson just did earlier today, where they just give him some extra money this year and let the thing run out.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible because we're at a huge pivot point, right? Like still kind of trying to see. This is a big year for Dak Prescott. I feel like we've been saying that the past few years, but ultimately, like they really need to be. Right now we don't have any quarterback plans for the future. Joe Milton is not it. Maybe they thought there was a slight chance, but he's not. So at the end of this year,
as somebody who saw him in college, we never thought long term he was the guy. So and not just because he was a Tennessee guy. Yeah.
It's not. I would love it if he is. He has those electric moments, but it's just not. I feel like translating to NFL. But I feel like we don't have any plan in place going forward. Where if like Dak Prescott, let's say we want to start moving on from him, which at some point we're gonna have to anyway. But even after this year, like they might just slide more into that rebuild. And like you said, if let Micah go. But again, I don't know if Jerry Jones is really into that. Right? We've all been saying like they were going to be rebuilding these past year or two, and they didn't. We signed CD for a huge deal. We're going out, picking up Pickens and stuff. So I feel like Jerry Jones has too much pride for that. But that's the only rational way I could see justifying, that. But I don't think Jerry would do it.
Well, then this question from Brian goes in the opposite direction. If they're not going to go full rebuild, what about them in the playoffs this year instead?
I personally think
was not.
I'm not confident. I'm coming on here. I'm probably like the most beaten down Cowboys fan there is at this point. I feel like, they're all, this is our year. This is our year. For the past 3 years, I've been like, this is not our year. It was Mike McCarthy, and I was like, he has to go. As long as he's here, it's not it.
Right.
Now, new head coach, all the drama. I don't know. I just feel like the NFC East is becoming tougher and tougher, and like we're not making those strides with like the Commanders and the Eagles and potentially even the Giants. The Giants defense is going to be very good this year. I still think the Cowboys will be able to handle them, but they might, split this, the series. So I just feel like it's very tough with NFC East to think it's going to be a battle if we get in. Like it's going to come down to week 17, I think. But again, for the Cowboys fans, like we're getting into the playoffs is not an achievement at this point. Like we've been doing that consistently for the past few years, and it's been a letdown. We need to win one, if not two, playoff games and get into the NFC Championship game. Really, for at this point, Dak Prescott to prove what he wants. Faith, yeah.
Last Cowboys question, and we'll move off this. Were you on board with the Pickens signing, especially since you're going to have to counsel him throughout the year?
Yeah, I can't share because HIPAA, but that would be a lot. So that would be a lot, but no. So I think honestly, at first I was like, no, this is like, we don't need a personality like that in the locker room. Like I feel like the Cowboys is a circus enough. I don't know, but at this point, I'm honestly excited to see it with CD. I think they're going to be an electric wide receiver duo, and I'm just hoping that they can lock him in mentally and keep him happy, which is the challenge, I think, here. And CD, too. Keep CD happy, which is the number one priority. I mean, he's our top player, if not, I think, one of the top wide receivers in the league. So I'm excited to see what they can do. I think it's going to have the potential to be really great or a complete disaster. So that probably sums up the season, honestly, as it is, for the Cowboys anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What's up, man? Is it good to see you? Bo, are you smiling? Is that one of a...
Oh, no, I was...
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was someone that you do personally. I don't know if that was someone Rodg and I are just missing. Oh, what's up, Carol? Carol, of course, being an
evening, Carol.
So, all right, Bo. Moving over to you guys. We're going to make this one personal, too, for our listeners, because we also said you were involved in the Miro signing. How do you like or dislike how that signing, kind of turned out? Or I'm sorry, draft pick kind of. And then did you get to catch, because I know you're all over the place, his whole game, this last preseason game, and what was your assessment? Has anything changed after watching it?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as a draft pick, I don't mind it, right? They didn't give up a high value pick for him. And they get to bring him along in a way that we wish we would have seen Anthony Richardson get brought along.
1,000%.
Right? Yeah. So, like, there's a ton of athletic ability there. He has moments. He's inconsistent in those short to mid-range, throws. But he doesn't have to go play hero ball week one. He gets to spend a year to actually develop his game. He has a, veteran in front of Darnold. He has a veteran backup in Locke that he can learn a lot from both of those guys. But the biggest thing is it means he's in no danger of starting a game. And so that is, or if he does, like the season's a wrap anyway, it doesn't matter. Right? If your third stringer's taking meaningful snaps, a lot of things went wrong. So I don't mind that draft pick, and I like the way they're going to bring him along because they can. If he was trying to battle for the start, I would not have loved that. Yeah. But, for what he is, and then, to answer your question about his gameplay, it's exactly what you thought it would be, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately,
he's on an NFL team. That doesn't negate the fact that we watched college film.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, he did a lot of things that you saw in his college game that you're just like, yeah, no, I've seen this movie before. Like, that's what I expected. So now it's up to the coaching to bring him to that next level.
Yeah.
Question right quick. I think I may have asked you this in one of your famous Wednesday morning shows that I'm always tuning into.
What time is the Wednesday show, Rodg?
8 a.m. 8 a.m.
Sarah, this is I gotta explain it real quick. Sorry. Okay. So Bo and I do the Wednesday wrap up. Bo show. He's host. I just show up and he lets me, talk. Every Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Whatever time Rod shows up is what time he says the show has started. So we get random messages. Oh, nobody told me the show started at 8:27 today. Oh man, nobody told me the show.
Wednesday mornings get busy. A lot going on.
I get that.
Every Wednesday sometimes I text him while we're on air and say, Bo misses you. And
I'm like, oh, my bad. During the draft, around draft time, was there another quarterback that was on the chart for you for the Seahawks that you would have thought that the Seahawks may have selected as opposed to Milroe, or are you cool with what they selected? Yeah,
so there wasn't really, just because I didn't necessarily love the draft class.
Okay.
So I didn't really have somebody on my board, but hold on, what is happening here? Sorry, I just had a Zoom call start. So that's cool.
All right, multitasker, I got you.
I don't know why it started. So anyway, yeah, no, I didn't really have another one that was on my board.
Yeah.
Because at the time, we were still thinking it was probably going to be Geno, right? You had Sam Howell, who it was going to be his second year in the organization. He's 2 years removed from being a draft pick. So you thought, okay, well, maybe their plan is to bring someone along, right? And obviously none of that happened. So,
yeah.
They did not give me a phone call and ask my thoughts. But yeah, so no, I didn't really have anybody because I just didn't love the draft class in general.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Herb?
No, well, my end, I'm freezing, so I missed like the whole last part of that. Sorry, so I don't know. Okay. I'm hardwired and still messing up. So as Bo and I like to say, thank you, Spectrum. We totally appreciate you. I mean, I got a cord coming down my hallway and into here, and it's still freezing up. So. Did you like them getting Darnold, Mo? And moving over from Geno? I feel like Geno was much maligned for years, even though I don't feel like it was his fault at all. But
so
did you like the way they moved on?
No, I mean, we'll see, right? But I mean, I don't know how much more you wanted Darnold to do, or I mean, Geno to do. Right? He's a 3-year starter. He sets the single season passing record twice behind the worst offensive line in the league. Like, I don't know how much more you wanted him to do in that scenario. If they would have fixed the O-line for him, I think he would have been fine. Because when you gave him time, like, he made good decisions. So
yeah.
Did I love the move? No, but only because I've seen Darnold through his career, right? So he wasn't great at the Jets. Obviously, horrendous team. Everybody seems to fail there. He goes to the Panthers. It was kind of up and down. He, stopped in long enough to have a drink of water with San Fran. Then he has his breakout year, right? But what was the big thing about that breakout year? He had a great offensive line, or at least he did most of the year. It was pretty bad towards the end. But so if you can protect him, then awesome. But if you can't, then he sees ghosts, and we got a real problem.
Yep. And some of the best talent, period, especially at the wide receiver position. They gave him everything to do well there. What's up, Remy? Yep. So okay. Oh, and last question, I guess, for the Hawks: were you ready for them to move on from DK Metcalf?
Yeah, I've been calling for that for 2 years. I mean, athletic, amazing, right? All of his intangibles, that's the problem, right? Every year of his career, he's gotten more after the play penalties, and they're all the 15-yarder drive killers, right? And then you add the fact that he tends to run a lazy route. So if he's doing go routes, he's great, right? But if you need him to run crisp routes, a lot of times you'll watch him on film. You won't even really know which route he was supposed to be running. And, people kept comparing him to Megatron because of his size and everything. But ultimately, he's Des Bryant. Like, he runs 3 go ball routes, and that's kind of it. And the problem for him, as soon as his athleticism starts to fade, he starts to lose a step. He's also going to go that Des Bryant way because he doesn't have a solid route tree to fall back on.
Yeah. So, are you taking notes? Is this about to be?
I'm still taking ricochets over here.
No, it's just.
Well, I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was thinking George Pickens the whole time he was saying that.
I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I would still, if I came down to Pickens versus DK, I think we won with the Pickens here. I feel like I would prefer Pickens over DK at this point in their career. And maybe I'll eat my words at the end of the season, but I don't know. I just feel like it's, like you said, DK, when with his like size and stature and type of wide receiver he is, when it's gone, it's going to be gone fast. Like, there's going to be a big drop off.
Yeah, no, I agree. The biggest thing I ever remember about DK is the chase down after the interception. Like,
against Arizona, yes.
And that highlights his speed, right? But as soon as you lose that half a step and you can't run crisp routes to get open,
right?
That's it.
Yep.
So how do you guys think he'll do in Pittsburgh?
So in the interest of watching the world burn, I hope they are terrible in the beginning. Because then the ego of Rodgers, who wants his guys to be in an exact spot, and then the hot-headedness of DK, who's never in the right spot. I think that'll be hilarious. I wanted Pickens to stay too.
Yeah.
Let's just.
That's what we were rooting for.
Yeah.
Ryan says he's got Metcalf over Pickens, by the way. I really did. The 3 of them together, that would have been. Jonnu Smith is about to get blamed for everything that goes on wrong because I know.
Why'd you have to bring that name up? Why'd you have to
I'm just saying because he's not about to go up against DK Metcalf. So I just know he's going to look at Metcalf. Metcalf's going to look back and he's going to point over.
I know, but we got rid of him and we got Darren Waller. Yeah.
Who was retired?
Retired.
Yeah. The fact that you had to trade for him and he's retired, that's wild to me.
That let me know that his music career just didn't quite work out like he thought it would.
Hey, anytime you have a guy releasing an album during while they play football, you know that they're really locked in to be good that next year.
More crap. I love how everyone is I mean, this is a guy who can go out and get you 200 yards or 10 yards and headbutting somebody on the sideline after a drop pass or something. Like, this is, and Sarah's like, I mean, there is no argument against anything that you say when it comes to Pickens, Metcalf.
Just gonna have to see what happens.
Yep. Raj, are you happy to have Minka back?
Very.
Why are you saying? What's wrong? Are you okay?
No, I thought it was going to be a negative question towards Miami, but I love Minka. Obviously, I say that
almost
because
like we've done shows before.
I know. No, I'm happy to have Minka back. Obviously, being a Bama fan, loved him when he was here. He's one of my favorite DBs of all time. Happy to have him back. He's been playing good in Pittsburgh. I was okay to see Jalen Ramsey go. I think I've seen the best of Jalen Ramsey so far. So I don't know how much good he's got left in him. I've always liked Minka's mentality, his toughness, his awareness of the ball. So definitely happy to see him back in Miami. But that's like not our biggest issue, if that's what the next question was going to be.
What is your biggest issue, Rod?
Listen, man. I love Tua.
This sounds like a therapy session about.
I love Tua. I love Tua. I just feel like in the draft we could have attacked the offensive line more. Going into 2025, I think we have the 25th ranked offensive line. And with having Tua back there, obviously we need Tua to remain healthy at least 14, 15 games in order for us to at least make a shot at getting a wild card. But I just felt like
giving up on the division, and we haven't even.
I'm not giving up. I'm just saying I feel like to assess that backup quarterback position, we could have went somewhere else as opposed to Quinn Ewers. I was thinking that Will Howard at that point, bigger, tougher guy that can kind of take some hits and remain healthy. But we selected Quinn Ewers. Obviously, we got Zach Wilson too. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that those two can kind of carry the load when/if Tua gets hurt. When/if.
The pessimism. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear it, Ron.
It is what it is, man.
We'll move on to one more entertaining story, and then we'll start getting the predictions. I'll start with you, Sarah. Are you tired yet of hearing about all the drama with the Cleveland quarterbacks?
Oh gosh.
Yes, specifically even just the drama surrounding the Sanders family. I'm done with it. Done with it.
Yes.
And the season hasn't even started. Can you imagine what it's going to be? I feel like the build is too much.
Yeah. Nope. And Bo, I think for you, we're seeing a lot of what you said when they drafted Gabriel. He fits their team better.
Yeah.
So they just invited drama for no reason, extra-wise.
We're talking about the Browns, right? Yeah.
So that's all they got for them, right?
Yeah. I mean, so one thing that is a little bit crazy about that is Schefter came out earlier today, and it sounds like they're going to try and carry 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Saw that.
Why?
I don't.
Rod,
It's crazy. How can you expect anyone to succeed in that? Like, they're obviously, I feel like, going to be just like filtering through every week. Like, Flacco's going to get hurt. They're going to be filtering among the other 3. And like, consistency is key. Like, even just taking first team reps and like practice stuff. Like, how are they managing this? I feel like they're just doing a disservice to like all of this young and even Kenny Pickett, who really is still relatively young quarterback. Like, it's a terrible, terrible management decision. I feel like.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. We've talked about it several times. I feel like Pickett, I don't know what they were kind of doing with, I guess, because they traded for him. But I feel worse for Gabriel and all this because he's their 3rd round pick. That's who you should be concentrating on anyway. This would be fine if you're. I mean, it doesn't sound fine. It sounds like a terrible quarterback room. But if you had a Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, then that's at least fine going into this. I mean, you're still a Brown, so nobody cares. But it's still fine going into the season. But you've invited extra drama. Like, we should not be talking about a 5th round draft pick at quarterback as much as we are right now. Like, that is the wildest thing I've ever heard.
Well, and if you're going to have this disaster, could we at least get a Hard Knocks for it so we can watch
this?
Yes.
That's what I was hoping.
Fire?
That would have been a gold mine right there.
They have 4 quarterbacks and all 4 will play 4 games. Like,
I hope so.
I mean,
actually,
I'm not opposed.
I have a question right quick for you guys. So this last game that Shedeur played in, obviously he didn't play too well. Do you think this is going to affect him on the depth chart at all, or do you think they already had him slotted at 3 or 4 anyway going into that game?
Yeah, he was slotted as 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he has been the whole preseason. So I don't think it helped his case.
Well, the reason I asked that is because, like, I'm a Shedeur fan. I like Shedeur. I want to see him succeed. But when he had the first 1 or 2 good preseason games and he played well, everybody was for him. But then the last game, a lot of people went against him. And they started blaming, like, I've seen people blame the coaches, or he's playing with the 3rd and 4th string regardless. But I mean, I think they already had his position slotted. He was slotted in at 4. I guess they just wanted to give him some more playing time. I mean, it's set in stone. It is what it is.
Yeah. So
it just popped up on here.
Can he pick it as a Raider?
Yep.
Did that just happen?
In the last hour.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
For a 6th round pick. Yep. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you, man.
then you definitely know who you're.
Okay, so where's Shedeur now?
Still 4 somehow.
Yeah.
No, but if you go back and you watch, if you go watch the last game, one of the things you'll notice on film, which is why he's going to still be in that last spot, is he'll continue to fade back in a pocket. And even when he's had good coverage or good protection, he's actually taken that protection off of him. And they basically made it so the DNs have a clean shot because now they can disengage from that offensive line. So and when you watch, there has been room for him to climb the pocket and utilize the protection that he has. And unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved that part of his game yet. So we'll see how that progresses. But I mean, until he can do that, and that's something Gabriel was able to do better. He was recognizing his protection and moving around within the pocket instead of bailing out the backside, which created some of those sacks for Shedeur. So I think that's going to be one of the bigger things that they're working on to get him up to speed. The fact that you have 2 rookies is a disaster of a quarterback room. Like, that just makes no sense.
Yeah. And we talked about this. They almost, I mean, I guess they had to do the Pickett thing because we didn't think that was part of their future. But like, Flacco's not playing every game this year. Like, that's just 0% chance. So, Sara, are you glad that you guys missed out on the Sanders drama? Because it seemed like that was a rumor for a while.
It was for coaching, player aspect, all of it. I mean, we were going into the season thinking rumors swirling that Dion might be head coach. And I actually I don't know. I've always liked Deion Sanders, but then over the past year or so with his sons and everything, I feel like that's changed a little bit. But yeah, I feel like the separation there, we couldn't have handled any more of a carousel in Dallas. It's far too much. So I'm happy to be watching this from afar and not be involved in it.
Right. No, I absolutely agree. And then I guess Shiloh doesn't help matters at all I mean, he went undrafted, so I can't say that the punch was what got him cut, but you didn't need that, on top of everything that's going with him.
Yeah, but the guy he got into it was instigating him clearly, and then when the punch was thrown, he threw the guy, the Bills guy, just throws his hands up and looks at it. He's like, "Where's the ref?" Where it's like he fell right into that. Come on. Man.
Oh yeah, but we see that all the time in football. Yeah. Go ahead, Bo. You're about to say it.
Yeah, it's always the second guy. Yep. The second guy is always who gets the flag. But the biggest thing is you're an undrafted free agent, right? You're a bubble player at best. Anything like that gets you cut, right? Yep. It's not like you're one of the elite guys that your spot's basically locked in and they're just going to yank you out of the game after that and be like, hey, you got to be smarter, whatever. They're looking for any reason to cut people because they have 40 people for 8 slots. Yep. So, I mean, if you look at any NFL roster, the 40 to 45 that are probably making the team. It's that last 8 to 10 people that are a question mark. And the last thing you want is any kind of film like that that's like, oh, okay, that's something else we have to coach out of you. We're good. So, unfortunately, the fact that he responded is what probably got him out of the room. Had he been able to stay anyway. I mean, he might have been out anyway. Yeah. His coverage numbers weren't great.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't great at Colorado. And like I said, his name carried more. But had it not been Sanders, we wouldn't have been talking about the punch. We would have just been talking about him getting cut. And, oh, by the way, this was the last thing he did.
Yeah.
So, Rodg, you got any more last comments on the Sanders drama? Or are we ready to move into some division stuff? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll start with the exciting one, the NFC East. Sara, you said you feel like you're falling a little bit behind. Do the Eagles repeat as Washington? They finally re-signed. What, Rodg? Are you already shaking your head?
No, I'm ladies first. You said did the Eagles repeat? I'll chime in when time is necessary.
They finally signed Terry McLaurin. Is Washington ready? I still feel like Giants are a couple ways. But how do you break down your division and where the Cowboys sit in it?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, first off, I just can never bring myself to take the Eagles, so I'm not even going to say, even though I think it's certainly possible that they repeat. But the NFC is their East is they're known for their, they are not a parity. Like they every single year, for several years, they have that streak going of non-repeat winners of the division. I feel like the Eagles just, I don't know. I'd like to say they're going to take a step back this year. We'll see, but they at least definitely have more competition. And I hate that it's so interesting, but because I find myself rooting for the Commanders, which is so crazy because for so long I hated them so much, right? Equivalent with the Eagles. And then you started feeling bad for them when they were like not good. I felt like I was kind of like, oh, like the Commanders. I don't know. Like I found myself rooting for them. And now
you really hit them with the all.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry, buddy.
And then now they steal one of our, who could have been our head coach prospect with Dan Quinn, who's doing great things. there. And I feel like I should be mad about it, but I kind of am like, oh, they're like little brother. Like they're basically the Cowboys' little brother is how I see it, I guess. So, like I feel like their success is our success, which is so delusional. It's very
Auburn is our little brothers, and I hope the worst for them. Like every single like, they win all the games, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a delusional way of thinking. But basically, with that to say, I mean, it's all going to be dependent on Jaden Daniels. I think if he is able to escape that sophomore slump this year, then the Commanders have a very good chance of winning this division in a tight one. I think, as always, the NFC East is going to be very close, but I think the Commanders can hopefully come away with it. Then the Eagles, then probably the Cowboys can hopefully sneak into a wild card position still, and then the Giants, but not as far back as I think. The Giants defense, I think, is going to win them more games than expected this year.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Do you like the fact that Washington's kind of going for it based off of the first year success of Daniels?
Yeah, I mean, we see in the NFL, like with injuries and everything, I don't know. I don't think it makes sense to wait. All of a sudden your window is shut. Like think about, we'll get to them later, I'm sure, like the Lions. It already kind of feels like the door is like closing a little bit on them potentially. Maybe people are going to hate that, but I don't know. It feels like they don't have that like hype and, positive optimism going into the season. So the window's short. So I think you have to go for it when you feel like you have the pieces in place. Nothing's guaranteed in the league.
I agree with that. Rod, you were chomping at the bit about the Eagles. What you got?
I think the Cowboys are going to win the division. Listen,
oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wow.
Hold on. I got.
This is shocking. I did not expect this.
Hasn't been an NFC East repeat champion since 03-04 because Philly won like 4 in a row in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The Giants have the toughest strength of schedule. Last time I checked, in 2025. I do think Jaden Daniels hits a little bit of a slump. I don't think the Commanders are going to be bad, but I don't think they're going to be quite as good as they were last year. And that just leaves Dallas right there. And I really feel like the addition of George Pickens is actually going to work out in the Cowboys' favor. And yes, I'll answer Herb's question. Part of this is my wife's family is a Cowboys fan, so I am going to.
Okay.
You heard it here first. I think the Cowboys win the NFC East this year.
Love it.
So they're actually
standing
standing
you're setting yourself
camera.
up for brownie points.
Like,
No, they're.
Blink twice if you're not safe right now.
I'm okay. I think so. I believe it. I think the Cowboys win the division.
Love
Wow.
it.
I feel like you're trying to get brownie points for whatever question of death we come up with. That's what I really
No.
Yeah, it's working. It is working. So.
Right. Oh, do you want to bring some sanity to this segment with the NFC East?
Yeah, like that's not happening. I think the Eagles finally see a repeat division winner. I do think Washington takes a little bit of a step back. Cowboys probably finish third here, and it's not going to be the lack of talent. It's the fact that anytime you see a noisy offseason, it doesn't generally bode well for a good regular season, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I think Washington might struggle with, right? They took forever to get Scary Terry's stuff done, and then you add that with probably a sophomore slump at quarterback. Like you said, they're not going to be bad, but they're not going to be a NFC championship game appearance type of thing. So I figure the Cowboys are probably the outside looking in, and then you have Washington and the Eagles getting the 2 playoff spots there.
Yeah. Do you guys at least like where the Giants are headed? I mean, even I know Sara, you're a rival, but are they at least headed in the right direction?
I mean, compared to the last few years.
Yeah, no.
At least it's a direction now versus
they can't be headed any worse than they did last year. So
I mean, maybe they listened to their kid about drafting people, so maybe it'll be better.
Sara, you're on the same page.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't like where they're going, which means they're doing the right things, I think.
Very fair. Very fair. All right. NFC West. And did I hear you on the show? Was that yesterday, earlier, Bo? San Francisco seems like they're just kind of dropping out of the race this year for what's going on. And I guess that makes it better for your Seahawks.
Yeah, well, they had to. So they had some cap issues they had to alleviate. So that's why they had some players that ended up moving on. That being said, you can never count them totally out. That is a team that has found ways to reload even when they've guessed wrong at stuff. So I'm always really impressed with how John Lynch runs that team as far as getting talent. So I never count them all the way out. That being said, they're not going to be as good as they've been over the last, 6-7 years. Really, the Rams, as long as Stafford can stay healthy, that is their division to win, right? Like they're the best built to win today. But Stafford has been dealing with back injuries again all preseason. So
yeah,
tough to say. If he doesn't stay healthy, then it's really wide open. And then I think my Seahawks probably end up similar record as last year, and then that kind of bubble playoff team, right?
Mhm.
So it's one of those where I think they can sneak in with a 10-win record, and they play the South. So I mean, they're going to win some games because the South is awesome.
This is where Kat chimes in to talk about not wanting to be a Saints fan. I mean, it's a terrible collection of teams there right now.
Yeah.
I know Rodg is hoping for Bryce to do well, but
I am. Well, I think Bryce will do a little better, especially they got McMillan from Arizona, so that's going to be a huge help because I feel like Xavier Legette was supposed to be that guy, but that quite didn't mount up to what they thought. So
yeah,
getting McMillan.
He gives the best interviews though. You got to listen to that guy.
You know what he's saying.
That is the best. But I didn't want to slide by. Do you, Sarah? You see the NFC West the same way?
Yeah, for the most part. For me, I still can't not believe in the 49ers. I feel like, one, they always just crush the Cowboys. Two, I'm a big Kyle Shanahan. I feel like he's always finds a way for them to at least be in the mix and get things done. And the Rams are just I would think they'd be competing with the Rams, but they're just such a question mark with Stafford right now that I think anytime he has back injuries and he's just getting up there in age, I feel like there's a chance he plays less than 50% of the games this year, honestly, and that's going to hurt them big time there. So I probably would take the 49ers, but otherwise I think that sounds pretty much how I would order things from there.
Yeah. And nobody apparently takes anything of the Cardinals, huh? We're just
they're out there.
The problem with the Cardinals isn't the roster. It's coaching. Like I think their coach gets fired again, right? And I don't think Gannon survives it if they don't get a playoff spot. But when you look at how they didn't use Marvin Harrison Jr. last year, right? Yeah. It makes me think of Atlanta forgetting that Bijan exists on the roster. You're just like, how do you guys have these awesome players? And then they're just like, oh yeah, after the game, did you know that guy plays for us? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Brian, good luck to him. That's all we can say. We'll skip the South then because everyone just kind of agrees someone's going to win it, and that's it. So, Sarah, you said you think Detroit might be on the decline. Do you still think they win the division, or does somebody catch them this year? And does it matter given the way last year went?
Yeah, it's tough. Packers, I think, are going to be very good this year. They're always very consistent. Vikings, I think we'll see a step down, obviously, so not super concerned about that there. But the Lions, I mean, when you look at it on paper, they were so injured last year that I think if they're able to stay healthy otherwise, Dan Campbell, great coach, still Jared Goff, going to be interesting to see how, things go offensively, without Ben Johnson there, but they're still so talented, across the board offensively. They just keep putting up points and stay healthy, even slightly different defense. I think they'll pull away with the division.
Mm-hmm.
From there, probably Packers after that, I would have to say, I guess, Vikings. And then I'm still not a believer in the Bears.
Yeah. Bo and I actually have had a lot of discussions about the Bears and Caleb Williams. You still think they're at the bottom of the barrel in that division, even if they're better, Bo?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you're talking about a Lions team that even with the injuries had 14 wins, right? So yeah, I think that they're going to be fine. They still win this division. The Vikings, you got a rookie at quarterback. I know he's not technically a rookie, but he's a rookie, right? Like he didn't play it all last year. So I don't believe in them being a 14-win team again, right? I don't believe the Lions will be either. I think they win their division with 12. But so I think Green Bay slides into that second spot, Vikings in third, and then Williams is going to be really the wild card here, right? Because they fixed their offensive line. They have upgrades at coach. They have a decent defense. They have weapons for him. So there's no more excuses.
Wow,
he has all the pieces around him, so he better be good. But that doesn't necessarily mean he has to win the division or anything like that, because they're playing in an incredibly strong division. So he could have an 8-win season and just be getting beat up by division rivals and still be viewed good as long as he plays well, right? If you were a Bears fan, you could take that as a, hey, you know what, next year we can take that next step forward. I like what we saw. Like, you can take a win in that kind of losing season. I just don't know if that's what we're going to see.
Bears have a tough schedule too.
They do.
They have a tough schedule. They play against 10 teams that were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be rough. Williams needs to show some improvement very quickly. All right, one word answer from everybody who wins the South. Wow. So yeah, I mean somebody.
It's got to be the Bucks, right?
Bucks, I think, would
That's
be the
what I
most
think.
Yeah. Like,
You guys sound so under.
I guess. Yeah.
I'll go with Baker. Yeah, Baker and the Bucks. I would like to see what Michael Penix can do this year. If he can step up, but right now I'll just go with Tampa Bay. Of course, I want Bryce to have a really, really good season.
Panthers are winning the division, Raj.
I think it's 2 more years. For
All right, Raj. Well, how about we start with you then for the AFC? How is the East shaking up? You guys finally waited.
How is the East shaking up? Like, it's been shaking up the past few years. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
My Dolphins are going to sit here and claw and fight to get that wild card spot. I don't think the Bills are going to take too much of a step back. I think they're going to win the division again. The Jets are going to be the Jets. I would love to see Justin Fields have a nice year, but I don't want him playing good against Miami. And then the Patriots, I'm sure they have a bright future, but they're not quite there yet. So I think it's going to be Bills and Miami, 1-2 like that.
Okay. Does anybody have any hope for him, or is it definitely Bills from both of y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Bills. It's the Bills. And you feel bad for Justin Fields, because who's gone to the Jets as a quarterback and they're just like, oh, he's so much better now.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm with you, unfortunately. All right, who wants to start in the North? Sarah, do you want to take the first stab at who's taking it? There's Baltimore still reigning. Is
Cleveland? You almost said Cleveland.
Yeah, I meant the. I mean, you look at that division and it's just like defense, no offense, no defense. The Browns and then Baltimore. Like, it's the weirdest division, maybe in football. So.
Yep. It's a tough division because they still always beat up on each other, though. Like, it's so, I mean, like most divisions, but I think Baltimore, I think this is their year this year. I feel like Lamar is even going to, I mean, he's been great, but I feel like this is even the bigger step up. Like, I think he gets it done. I think they're Super Bowl contenders this year. I do like the Bengals a lot, but their defense just so suspect. I just feel like you can't. It's after last year, it's hard to say they're going to go around and turn things around completely to win the division. I think they'll make the playoffs this year. They were still close last year, even with that horrible defense. But I think the Ravens are going to take it, Bengals, Steelers, and then I would have to say the Browns from there.
Yeah.
Obviously. I feel
like you on the same page? Is this finally? I feel like you and I have talked about the Ravens for like 2 or 3 years, maybe even before we started doing stuff.
So the Ravens are frustrating because they're easily going to win this division, right?
Yeah.
Like this is their division. Then it becomes a coaching issue, which sounds weird to say when you're talking about Harbaugh, right? But when you look at the last 2 postseasons, for a team that led the league in rushing, they didn't rush in either game they lost. And you're just like, how do you go into these games and just forget what you're good at? I mean, this last game, they had 6 designed rushing plays for a running back.
Yeah.
For the best running team. I just, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. But I do think it's their division. And then the Steelers sneak in because until they show me they won't, I have to say they will, right?
I agree. I think that the Steelers are a first-round exit every year. I think that's just kind of where they stuck themselves.
And I don't believe in the Bengals. The Bengals don't have a defense, and they obviously don't care about defense. You know, they decided not to sign Hendricks to anything long-term. They're just like, oh, we'll give you some extra money if you show up to, and play.
Agree, Randy.
So, I mean, when they're even with that, they have 3 guys on the offense making more than their whole defense combined. So, I mean, I don't,
which is wild.
They just don't care about it. And unless you're going to score 50 points every week, it's going to be tough, to make the playoffs. Like that's not a winning type of construction for a team. So, I have them just missing the playoffs yet again.
Mm-hmm. Rodg, same boat?
Same. I'm in the same boat, yeah.
All right, Rodg, we'll cover the last 2 then. We'll start with you. Do the Chiefs and the Texans three-peat in their divisions? Or I guess the Chiefs it's whatever, Pete. But do they win another one in their division? I'm gonna say yes to answer the question. Looking at the AFC South, I mean, the Colts have Daniel Jones starting. Why'd you have to start there? maybe the worst QB competition.
Tennessee's got a first-year QB in Cam Ward. Hope he does well there. And the big question is, how is Trevor Lawrence going to play this year with Jacksonville? Of course, they got Travis Hunter. I'm not sure how much he's really going to help them this year, but Houston's that one solid team. You're looking at offensively and defensively. That's just going to get the job done in the AFC South. And then the AFC. What do I have? The West.
Brian, do your Jags win the division? Go ahead.
No, they don't. He knows that.
Dang. You're not seeing.
Brian, come on. You know that. You know it's not going to happen. Hey, in the I forgot what I was about to say. Sorry. In the AFC West, hey, shout out to that. Who predicted Bo Nix? Who said something good about Bo Nix last year? Who was the guy that said Bo Nix was going to have a good season? This guy right here. I called it.
Okay. I had a feeling like that was going to be the answer.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think Broncos will do all right, but I still think the Chiefs will run away with the division again. Be interesting to see what the Chargers can do. I think Brock Bowers will have another good season with the Raiders, but not good enough to get them into the playoffs. So,
will it be good enough to help me win in fantasy football, though?
I don't care, really. I hope not.
So, yes, he's going to have some. He's going to have some big games.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's Geno.
Yeah.
Right.
Geno will throw the ball.
Yeah, like he'll actually use his tight ends in ways that Russ never did. So.
So Denver's gonna knock him off. Bo, are you on there? Brian, somebody takes it there.
Yeah, I don't think they win their division. No. What's happening, Daniel? So I think KC is still the team to beat there, right? I think they're at the end of their window also. I like what the Chargers are progressing, right?
Yeah. Have a good one, Randy.
I do like Denver.
Good night, Randy.
I think Denver can be a wild card team. And I think the Chargers can be a wild card team. So
everybody but the Raiders. That's who you're picking.
But the Raiders are going to be entertaining, right? They're going to beat teams they shouldn't, and then they're going to lose games they shouldn't. So they'll be a fun team to watch. And then
surprised Cooper went there today.
Yeah.
I'm still because you've been mentioning him for a while as a veteran pickup, and he picks the Raiders. Or the Raiders pick him.
No, it does make some sense though, because a possession guy there, again, like tight ends and possession guys for Geno, that's good. So I like that pickup for the Raiders. The Raiders will be interesting. I just don't think they're going to win this year.
Yeah.
How do y'all think Ashton Jenkins is going to do in this first year?
I'm excited to see. I feel like, it's a good environment for a rookie running back, I think, to kind of just a little bit low pressure situation if there is such a thing in the NFL. So I think he's going to have a good season. Maybe not stand out, but progress.
Yeah. So are you with us too? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, both.
I was just Brian asked a question, up at the top of the show, and yes, Cooper Kupp is going to be effective. Sorry. Right. So he is going to be that possession guy because JSN is their number one target. So that makes Cooper Kupp your possession guy, which means he's going to get a lot of catches. They may not necessarily be pushing him downfield though. Right. So that'll be that 10 to 15 yards, but he'll be highly effective for you.
So are you with Houston and Kansas City winning their divisions?
Yeah, I feel like we can't take against Kansas City until proven otherwise. I just have to keep going with them, honestly. And I do think Denver's going to be very good and take steps forward, but not enough to knock them off. And I feel like the South, it's the Texans or no one. All the other teams I think are going to be fighting. I think the Titans actually could be pretty. I mean, they were very bad last year, so you can only go up from here. But I do think that they're going to be competing. I mean, the Colts I think are just going to be very bad under Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be at the bottom of that division.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Sarah, give me your final four in the AFC.
In the AFC, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Pretty chalk picks there, I think, unfortunately. But I feel like I know I just said I can't go against the Chiefs until proven otherwise. But at this point, I'm sick of seeing them in the AFC Championship game there. In the NFC, this is a little bit harder for me. I think I'll go with the Detroit Lions and then the Eagles, as much as that pains me to say that. That was really hard for me to get that out there.
Last year. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
I'm with you.
I think that's where we end up.
Yeah. Okay. Bo, are you on the same all four?
I actually have the exact same 4 pick.
Like, did y'all talk about this before the show, or is that?
Yeah, it was a different text thread. You weren't in it.
Oh, I got it. That's fair. That's fair. Rod?
Final four, I'm going to go with this might be the same, but I'm just going to say it anyway, just so it sounds dramatic. Kansas City. I'm going to say Kansas City, Buffalo. God,
Well, they had the Ravens instead of Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo. Detroit. And whoever comes out the East. I know I picked Dallas. You know what? I'm gonna stay with Dallas. I'm just saying with Dallas.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. NFC Championship game. I like that.
Now I know you're not safe because.
All right, Rod, who's your final two then? Who makes the Super Bowl?
You know what? I picked Detroit to make it last year. I'm going to say Detroit makes it this year against Kansas City.
Okay.
Bo?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Eagles make it back.
Okay.
Just because they didn't lose enough
Carol
on
will
that
love you
team.
now.
And then I'll go Ravens. We're going to have a bird fight.
There you go.
I'm going to go with the Ravens, and I just can't take the Eagles, so against the Lions. NFC Championship was enough.
I would rather see the Lions, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So who's our Super Bowl champion then?
I think the Baltimore Ravens. I alluded to earlier, but I think they get it done this year. I feel like I like the Ravens. I feel like I'm partially rooting for it, but I just think they've, like you said, coaching, if they can just figure it out in the postseason, and Lamar, his window is still open, but I feel like they have to start optimizing it now and soon. Their defense is still very good. So I think they finally get it done this year and win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Bo?
Yeah, I'm going the same route. I like the Ravens to finally figure out how to play in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Raj?
Why are you laughing already?
Just because I don't know.
You know what? I got KC. I got KC actually beating Detroit, and then Kelsey retires at the end of the season.
Oh.
And proposes to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
We have to throw
come
in
out
some
with
kind
the
of
baby news. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Mm-hmm. Cat's actually going with Detroit. Carol likes the repeat. All right. I do agree with Brian. It does seem like we're picking kind of the same teams each time, so it's like the top is
the
remaining
same
the top
teams that show up every year. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Well, those teams just didn't lose enough this offseason to make you think there's a significant drop off. Like when you were thinking of the Niners being in championship games, and then you look at the Niners squad that they're going to roll out this year, you're thinking they're probably a wild card team at best.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, they lost a lot of people, so it makes sense when you're looking at these other teams. I mean, they just haven't lost anybody.
Yeah.
You could actually argue that the Eagles got better in some spots.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good breakdown by y'all as always. We have one question each for you. Can't let you off without a little bit of stupidity. Bo, going to start with you. Work, play, live, ditch. I'll give you 4 names. Who you're gonna work with, who you're gonna be roommates with, who you're going out with on Friday nights, and who are you sending the voicemail. All right. Antonio Brown,
Ditch.
DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, this is a crew.
I wonder who you're going out with on Friday night.
So I'm going out with DK because it means I'm not going to jail.
Fair.
I
think with this crew, though, a lot of them would be, except for, maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Well, and that's why I'm just ditching AB because he would do stuff bad enough that you'd also go to jail with him.
True.
I guess I could work with Rodgers because he's not going to show up anyway. And then, who was left?
George Pickens.
Man,
So now you're living with George Pickens.
Wow.
that sounds like a disaster. You know what? Man, there's just not a good option for the live thing.
Mm-mm.
Like maybe I'm just gonna like live in my car. Like it'll be cool.
Cat smoking the crazy stuff you end up making in the woods. I missed a question from Brian too. Wildcard team that can make the conference championship games on both sides. Before we get Sarah's question and let her out. And with Rodgers. I guess for Rodgers, no, he said the Cowboys are winning the division. So Rodgers, can Miami make the conference championship game as a wild card?
No.
Where's the confidence?
I have confidence,
he
but
is
I'm
confident.
honest too. I'm honest. We're not making the conference championship game.
No, he was confident they weren't.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it'd be whoever wins or does not win the East, like in NFC East, like whoever
like that,
Commanders, Eagles, one of them has the potential from there.
Yep. Could you see it
Yeah,
playing
I
out
would
exactly
have
like last year with the Commanders making a run?
So I'd hope so. Over the Eagles. Yeah. The Eagles are not the Super Bowl, I guess. But that didn't work. But yes. And then continuing. Not playing out exactly like last year, but I could see the Eagles winning the division and the Commanders making a hopefully further playoff run.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
No,
I would have
same
Washington
page.
on that side, and then the other side, I could see the Chargers making a run just because now you're 2 years into Harbaugh, and I mean all that dude does is win wherever he goes. So
I like it. No Michigan jokes at all either, so we're going to let that one go. All right, Sarah, your game for your last question. You'll love this one. It's offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach. You are the head coach, and you have to pick somebody for these three spots, all right? Your offensive coordinator, that's your smartest person, your innovative mind. They go out and, get stuff done for you. Your defensive coordinator, they're just a person that likes to stop other people from doing stuff. Okay. And then your special teams coach, you only trust them to go stand over there with the kickers. Okay. That's why they're your special teams coach, all right? Your three names, Herb, Rodg, and Bo.
Oh, okay. Well, today, I think that Rodg has proved himself as the brightest mind on the podcast with his Cowboys picks. So we'll give him the offensive coach. Nailed it. I mean, that was an easy pick there. Let's see.
Let's go, Sarah. Let's go.
I feel like now this is tough, but I don't want to insult either of you. I feel like I would pick you both.
It's what the question is for. So
yeah, it's literally designed that way.
I'm gonna be nice to the host and take Herb as my defensive coordinator, and then I'm sorry
because I just stop people from doing stuff.
Hey, that means I got the easiest paycheck out of all of you.
Yeah, for all of you.
Oh, the first time I asked that question, I got offensive coordinator, so it was Rodg and Big Mike. Mm-hmm. Rodg's face when Big Mike got picked for defensive coordinator.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Next week, negotiating salary through the group chat. So,
but then I found out the Alabama special teams coordinator makes like $750K. I was like, "Huh, it's not too bad." So
yeah, right. And then plus, you only have to focus on be in your spot.
Yes.
Don't fumble.
Yeah, don't fumble. Yeah. Yes. So I was like, I could take that salary. Yeah.
Kat, you're right. I definitely should have clipped the face that he made when that happened. Oh wow, Bo Crouch better than Bo. I would agree with.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go. I like that.
We thank y'all first for doing this on short notice. I was terrible at planning this. Hit you guys up last minute. You both said yes. I appreciate it, especially with what both y'all have going on. Always a fun show for us to talk some NFL. Sarah, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on.
Yeah, so you can find me on the Heating Up podcast, all podcast platforms, and YouTube. We have a new episode. We're actually recording tomorrow. So an episode out tomorrow we're doing our NFC preview tomorrow. So getting ready for football season, which is always exciting. And thanks for having me on. As always, it's always a blast.
Of course.
Bo, what don't you have going on these days?
Man, right? Yeah, you can find all the shenanigans I'm up to on YouTube at Football-Talk. And yeah, it's just nonstop now. So yeah, catch me all the time.
Okay, Bo, quick question, Bo. If we want to catch you Wednesday morning, what time is your show?
Here on the West Coast, it is 6 a.m. every Wednesday. It's crazy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hard to
Which
keep
drives,
away.
that's 8 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. And that's where I'm getting
Okay,
confused.
listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Look, guys, we're keeping Sarah up past her bedtime. It's time to go. Seriously,
I'll
though,
survive.
do appreciate both of y'all. And Sarah,
Appreciate you guys.
congratulations again. I
Yes,
don't think
congrats.
we said that enough. No. Congratulations to you for
Yep.
sure. Everybody, we will be back tomorrow night at our regular time, maybe our last Tuesday before we make our move to Wednesday nights. 8 p.m. Central, we are covering nothing but Alabama. You might be shocked. We're going to go through the whole game, the whole season predictions and previews and everything, and have fun with that before the game. But have a good night. Thank you to our panelists. Love y'all. Roll Tide, everybody.
Offensive coordinator.